You feel like a bug sometimes?
I feel like a bug all times. I'm Becca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm autistic. You see those eye spots? They're those camouflage things that Lepidoptera have, so like moths or butterflies, where the scales on their wings make little eye shapes, so they look like predators to things that might want to eat them. You see those big eyes? And it looks like little spirals on this guy, oh my gosh. When I think like a bug that I just look at, I'm like, that's me. I always think about acorn weevils. I'm always thinking about acorn weevils, if I'm being real with you. Maddie! I found the weevils. I found the weevils. Don't look at me. Look at them. There's something relatable about just being a little guy. Just like, just hanging out, being a little guy. Cool, right? People don't like you that much. Cool. It's all right. You're just a little guy. You're saying this? Yes, I feel very deeply connected to bugs and insects. Like, it's like that thing, like, with hyper empathy. I feel so empathetic towards all living creatures, and I think it's just natural for me to feel that way, so especially about such an overlooked part of the population that's really, really important. I've always been, like, really sensitive about any living things, but I think especially with insects, it feels like there is this huge injustice, honestly, when it comes to the way that they're perceived in our society and the way, you know, that we think like much less of their lives just because they're like small and kind of gross to people. They'll use springtails. That's not a springtail though. Jose, oh my gosh. This really freaking cool guy that I know. God, I wish he was here right now. He brought this back from Mexico, where he's from, and he visited over the winter break. And it's a little freaky guy. It's like some kind of insect scorpion creature that's really not accurate to any living thing. But I really like it, and I think it's better that it's sort of an alien. And I feel very seen as well. People like know me as like bug girl, and that feels really validating. I maybe relate to that idea of like being so small and thought so little of that no one really sticks up for you. I think I felt that a lot as a kid as well. We're getting stick bugged. I think as early as like second or third grade, maybe second grade, I thought about how it would be like kind of this fear of mine, like I wonder if there's something wrong with me, like wrong with my brain, and everyone's lying to me. Like they all know that there's something weird and strange about me. It was like everybody was part of this club, and I like missed the sign-up day. I couldn't really put it into words, but especially as I got older, I would use a phrasing like, I just want somebody to understand me, and I feel like nobody understands me. Like, there's not that sync, you know, that a lot of people have with each other. This is pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool, guys. Guys, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, guys. This is my desk of shame. It is shameful. I think that's the reason I call it that. I definitely am ashamed. I have a lot of issues with executive function, and this used to be where I would do schoolwork or art or just draw and stuff, and currently it like freaks me out to even look at, like it just stresses me out to even like be in this vicinity. I mean, it's all like connected to like different weird mental stuff, like I've got a lot of anxiety, both like social and otherwise, probably stemming from my autism. I got diagnosed pretty late, actually. I was diagnosed when I was 16, almost 17. But yeah, I think I started seriously considering if I had ASD probably during the pandemic.
Maybe this is a bit
when
too bold, I'm wondering.
I just kind of like had a lot of time to think about stuff and like think about my childhood and think about like the way that I acted in general, and like the things that inhibited me, a lot of things socially especially. I think definitely being diagnosed was a really good thing for me. Honestly, like the bigger thing even was just to realize and to actually believe that I wasn't just crazy, I wasn't just making it up, I wasn't just, like the worst. I think I had all this self-doubt because I, really internalized, oh, I'm just a neurotypical person that, for whatever reason, has all of these problems. And so learning that I was autistic, I think, made me know myself a lot better, and like opened a lot of doors for a lot more self-acceptance and actually like accommodating myself and listening to my needs instead of just completely ignoring them, blocking them out, just like tunnel vision, get through it.
When I take a picture of them, I feel like I'm eating them, but like in a loving way.
Being really high masking, which I am, meaning from like a very young age, I learned that, a lot of my behaviors were like not seen as acceptable, would, make me sort of seen as like an outcast. And so I really internalized this idea that I have to sort of play a character wherever I go. And I think, that's the wrong idea, but it's something that so many autistic people experience, because, just like pretending and, being this character that isn't you is so much easier than actually going against the mold in a society that doesn't really accept or value the way that autistic people interact with it.
Get a load of this. Look at those. Remember I was talking about eye spots earlier? You see how much that resembles an eye? Isn't that so crazy? It's like years upon years, like hundreds of thousands and millions of years evolved this guy to look like he has an eye on the side of his wing. Another eye. They don't eat the leaves. Did you know this?
What?
So these are leafcutter ants, and they developed agriculture like hundreds of thousands of years before humans did. The reason they cut leaves is not to eat the leaves. They actually like go home and like essentially plant them so that they grow a type of fungus that they do eat. I think that's so cool. It's like, how do they know that? How do they know that? How do they figure that one out?
Yeah, this is my guitar. This is awesome. Yeah, I've had it for a really long time, actually. I had a whole, I think all throughout high school, I just like did not play guitar at all. And I think, I don't know, I just like lost a lot of my passions because I had kind of a difficult time in high school. But I'm really, really thankful that I picked it back up because it's like the most self-regulating, self-soothing thing in this room, like, I don't know what I would do without it when I'm, like, having a meltdown or, like, and just, like, feeling awful. I think there's this idea that people have that, you know, people who are autistic or neurodivergent are, like infants, and, you know, that they, like, function on, like, a lower level, not just a different level. And I think that's sad, it's upsetting. I don't know, like, maybe that, like, disconnect that, like, people have with, like, animals and with insects, because it's, like, it's not a relatable experience, which is, I feel like that's a disconnect that is similar to the one I have with people, where it's, like, I can't really put myself in other people's shoes. It's very difficult for me to think in that way.
Of course.
It's always, like, harder when people are watching you, but I'll do my best.
Every time the bus comes and I start.
My big thing is they're still alive, right? They're still living, breathing beings. They experience pain, they experience chronic pain, or they can at least. I think so much of that is disregarded because of this stigma around them that, you know, makes us see them as these, like, creepy crawly things. And yeah, I just want people to maybe be more aware that, you know, if you see, like, an ant on your rug, if you see a spider in the corner, like, that's a living being.
And the grocery store
I think we think that we're, you know, higher beings, and there's this intrinsic specialness about being a human. I think there's that same specialness exists for, like, all life. I can play more, but I don't know if you. That's probably enough. That's probably enough.
It's really beautiful.